Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to assemble your coin sorter seen here. So whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing you want to do is to come on up to File. We're going to do a New, and we're not going to select Part Design. We're going to select Assembly Design this time and select Create New. All right, so I'm going to open up my data panel now so I can start inserting parts, and we're going to basically work our way from the bottom up. So we're going to come down and find our first part, which is the base, and we're going to right click, insert into current design. Next thing we're going to do is insert our coin sorter body. So I'm going to right click, insert into current design, and I'm just going to kind of move it out a little bit and select OK. And now let's go ahead and assemble these two pieces. So we're going to come on up to Relationships, Joint, and we're going to select a rigid joint right here, which allows no movement or degrees of freedom. And we're going to basically, the center of this circle we know will made up with, well, the center of that circle. And select OK. And there we go. Now, in the real world of assemblies, it's always a good idea to check for interference and to make sure all your parts are fitting together correctly. And one way you can do that is to come on up to Inspect and do what's called Section Analysis. And it's going to say, hey, what section do you want to inspect? And in this case, we want to inspect our threads. So I think on our origin over here, right, these are the three planes. We can just select right here and hit OK. And if you look, okay, you'll see that our threads look like they're fitting really well with one another, okay? And there's a clearance gap between them, which is, well, what we want. So since our threads look good, I'm going to come on over here to Analysis and turn off the visibility. All right, so the next thing we want to start doing is putting in our coin sleeves here. And look at this large gap here we have. So if we start here, we go from dime, 2 dimes, 2 pennies, 2 nickels, and 2 quarters. So let's go ahead and start over here and insert our dime sleeve. So we're going to come on up, right click on our 10-cent sleeve and insert into current design. And I'm just going to kind of move it out over here and looks good for now. Select OK. All right, and the next thing we want to do now is go ahead and add another rigid joint. So we're going to come on over here to, once again, Relationships. We're going to select Joint, and we're going to come to Motion, and so make sure it says Rigid. And now we want to go ahead, well, we know this circle right here will match up with the center of that circle right there. Okay, and looking good. Select OK. So once you've done the dime, go ahead now and start adding all the coin sleeves all the way around to the quarter sleeve over here. And when you're done, go ahead and hit play for further guidance to help you out. All right, once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the visibility of these joints right here so we don't have to look at them. Okay, so we're going to come on over here to Relationships and Joints, and we're just going to kind of, well, turn the eyeball off on them. All right, now let's go ahead and insert our lid into our assembly. And I'm going to move it up. Okay, now this is important. So this little notch right here, this little angular notch, all right, we want to align it with this angular notch. So we're going to rotate it here. (180°). All right, and select OK. Once that's done, now we can come back up to Relationships and go to Joint. All right, and we're going to click on this outer circle right here so that the center point is highlighted. I'm going to zoom in. So this center point right here, so we're going to click there, and we want it to match up with the center of this circle right there. And select OK. And if you did it right, you should have this little angle or notch here lined up with each other. All right, next we're going to go ahead and insert our gear, our large gear here, and we're going to insert that into current design, and we're going to move it up so that it's right around in here and select OK. And you want to make sure that this side is facing up and this side is facing down. Okay. Once that's done, we're going to come to relationships. Again, we're going to do a joint, and we're going to go to motion, and we're going to select a revolute joint this time. Let's come back to position tab, and we're going to once again select this circle right here, and that circle wants to mate up here with that circle, and select OK. And this thing should spin now. All right, just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and insert our small gear right here. Once again, let's move it up, over, and we're going to rotate it right here 180 degrees, something like that. Let's hit OK. Let's come up to relationships joint. Same thing. We're going to do revolute in position, and we're going to select this circle and that one right there. Okay, and hit OK. All right, now let's go ahead and insert our crank here, and we're going to lift this guy up out of the way just like last time. Select OK. All right, now let's go ahead and assemble it. I'm going to zoom in here. Let's come up to relationships. Let's select joint, and this time we're going to go to motion, and we're going to change this to rigid, and we're going back to position, and we're going to this time let's click on the center of that triangle, and that will correspond to the center of this circle right here. Select OK, but now let's move this gear so that it's lined up here 90 degrees, and now it's perfectly placed here, and select OK. So when you're done, you should be able to turn your crank arm around with your gear. All right, now we're going to go ahead and insert our knob here. Insert into current design. Again, let's move it up so we can see it. So something like that, I hope. All right, that should work. Let's hit OK. Come to relationships joint. We're going to come back to motion. We're going to select revolute here and come back to position. Click right here, and that circle or hole will correspond to that right there, and select OK. All right, now let's check a few things. Let's come up to inspect and come to, again, section analysis. We're going to click on this face, and we're just going to kind of move it about halfway through so we see a few things here. Let's select OK. Now make sure these are not touching, okay? And make sure, and if we're going to 3D print these and we want them to work, we got to make sure that we have a nice clearance fit here with a small little gap between everything for our knob and our crank here. And then let's come on over here and look at our gear. Same thing. So we can see when we go to press this gear in, it's going to pop in, and we're going to have a small little gap here. All right, so make sure yours looks like that before you 3D print, or your parts will not fit together. Now we can come to inspect as well and go to interference, and let's go to capture position. And if these two parts are touching one another or interfering with one another, we can figure that out by clicking here and going to compute, and it will say no interference is detected. Select OK. Let's go hit X right here and do the same thing for this one and this part, and hit compute, and good, no interference is detected. All right, so now it's safe to 3D print. All right, I'm going to turn off section analysis here so we don't see it. All right, so now we want to place a motion link between these two gears. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to motion, and we're going to do a motion link, and we're going to capture the position, and we're going to select the two joints that we want to reference. So we want this joint right here and this revolute joint right here. So now they're kind of spinning. So to make this even more realistic, we have a gear ratio of roughly 5 to 1, which means when we spin this one once, the big one, the little one will spin 5 times, or vice versa. So we can reflect that over here. So let's 360 divided by 5 is roughly, well, 4.8 or 75 degrees, excuse me. So I'm going to type in 75, and so there we go. Okay, and let's come up to our top view and kind of look at this more clearly. Okay, so yeah, the larger gear always spins slower too. That's just gear dynamics, if you will. So this looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and select OK. All right, and the last thing we need to assemble is our hopper or funnel. All right, so we're going to come on over here, right click, insert into current design, and as we've been doing each time, we have to move it up and out of the way here and select OK. And we're going to come back up to relationships and joint, and we're going to come back to motion, make sure we're in rigid, come back to position, and I know that this corner right here is going to correspond to this corner right there. All right, and that looks good. Select OK, and our coin sorter is fully assembled. Now, remember why we do assemblies? We do assemblies to make sure all of our parts fit together and there's no interference with them. In other words, the parts fit together. All right, so before you 3D print, please check to make sure all your parts are designed correctly. All right, and test out your animation here. Make sure it looks good. Okay, that'll do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.